Anyway, but this one is specifically about your past trying to disrupt your peace. Okay. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Erica here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. This is Erica's Diary, where I'm going to be talking to you about things that I'm going through, things that I've experienced, my healing journey, and just in hopes that it resonates with you, or you can share it and make sure you hit that subscribe button. So, you guys, as you can see from the title, I'm the type of person that my phone goes on do not disturb at a certain time every night. And I also like how the iPhone now has different focus modes. So like I can put it on sleep. Okay. So it goes on sleep. And then when it goes off of sleep, it goes on do not disturb. Okay. That's the type of person that I am, because I think it is so important that you have to protect your peace. Whatever that means to you, whatever that looks like for you, you have to protect your peace. So that's mainly the reason why I have mine on do not disturb. I don't want notifications coming up. I don't want to have to feel like I gotta respond to somebody as soon as they text me sometimes, right? So I have my friends laughing because I'm like, if you ain't called me before 9 o'clock, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So anyway, but this one is specifically about your past trying to disrupt your peace. Okay, this coffee is real nasty. I'm just not even gonna drink that. Okay, so anyway, I have talked to you guys about a particular relationship that I've had, which was my last relationship that I ever had. And it just took a lot to get past that. And so have you ever had an ex that just will not let it go, will not let you be free, or tries to come back and get your reaction to things? So that's what happened in my personal story. I mean, he went from bay to blocked in a matter of, it wasn't that quick, but it was a matter of, you keep talking crazy and I'm gonna have to block you. And that was just to protect my peace, because I think it's so important to not feel like you have to always defend yourself, or always give a reaction, or always, well, let me tell you what you're not gonna do. Like, you don't have to engage in someone else's like negativity. So I took it upon myself to just block this particular person, and block them from social media as well, because they were sending me messages on there that just really were out of line. And so once I did that, honestly, you guys, it's not easy to do, especially when it's someone that you genuinely cared about. You were genuinely there for them, but it just did not work out. So you have to, at some point, move forward. And so this particular guy, he is the one that I told you guys about in my God, Why Me video, where I talked about how our relationship ended because he went to federal prison. So this has been years since I have seen him, even talked to him. And that was just to protect my own peace, because he would send me messages about like wanting to remain friends, or wanting me to hear him out about certain things, but then it would turn back around to him being kind of like resentful towards me. And that really hurt, because I'm like, how can you be resentful towards me when I'm the one that has been here for you as much as I could have? And it got to the point where I was there because I felt like I had the grace to be there for him for a couple of years. And then when I felt like I didn't have the grace to be there for him anymore, I felt like that was God saying, okay, he's relying on you a little bit too much, and I need for him to rely on me. So I backed away, because I literally could not do it anymore. And I couldn't understand why, because if you care about somebody, you want to be there. But it got to the point where I couldn't. Like, it just got to be way too much for me. So also another important takeaway from this message is to put yourself first. It is not selfish to put yourself first. There's ways that you can think about yourself. I was just telling one of my friends this. I said there's ways that you can think about yourself and your needs and your wants without being selfish. So as hard as that was for me to get all the way to this point, 6 years later after the entire incident, and then just the other week, he sends me a letter, and I feel like he was telling me that he's tried to move on, and he is could be closer to coming home, and like wanting to know if we could have a mature conversation, or wanting to know if we could be friends again. And honestly, we can't. We cannot be friends. I think that more so he would not be able to be just friends with me. And honestly, I ain't looking for no more homeboys. I'm just not. I'm not looking for any more friends. And obviously I genuinely wish the best for him. I wish that, he's able to come home and get his life together and be the person that God has really created him to be. I really wish that for him and pray that for him. But that has nothing to do with me. And when you get to a point where you finally found the peace, right? And then someone from that thing that you had to get peace from, or you had to fight for peace from, they come back. It's almost kind of frustrating to me, especially when I read the letter, because I was like, God, I have literally done everything that I felt like I was supposed to do for this person. I also felt like I was following your instruction to move forward or move on, or let him rely on you, and you let me step out of the way and not be his crutch. And then had to grieve that loss, because it's very hard to grieve a loss of a person to death, but it's also very hard to grieve a loss of a person who is still alive. That's deep. Somebody need to write that down. But I was like, God, okay, what am I supposed to do? Because I remember, this was like one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, of course. So it was a lot of emotional pain. And so I felt like when God really showed me that I was healed from this situation is literally a few months back. I want to say in December, I was driving to a trip with my friends, like this cabin trip. And the exact way to get there was the exact route that I would take to go visit him in prison. And I didn't have any triggers. I did not get sad. I did not cry. I didn't feel anything. I literally it was peace. So I felt like that was God saying, look, girl, you can drive up here and not be triggered. You literally are at peace. You literally reached that point where it does not affect you anymore. So for me to get a letter, I obviously didn't respond, and to protect my peace, I'm not going to. And I really just don't think, number one, that he's realized like how much time has really passed, because I'm not that same person mentally, emotionally, even physically. So I really think that it's important, no matter how much you care about someone, no matter how much you want to see them succeed, no matter how much you adored the relationship or the bond at that time, you have to do what's best for you, and you have to keep your peace. So if that means putting your phone on do not disturb, if that means not responding to a text message, if that means blocking that person from sending you DMs, it is okay to do that if that's what it takes to protect your peace, because your mental health and your emotional health matters. So I don't want to, for me, get into this rabbit hole of emotions again, because that is something that is traumatic, and whenever you go through a trauma, you will always remember it. I'm not saying you'll always just be held captive to it, but you'll always remember that and how it made you feel and how you got through it. It was only God, y'all. It was only God that got me through that. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, was that even me? Who was that? Who is that young girl, young 20-something girl that got through something so heavy like that? And so now that I'm in this space of really putting my self-love first, putting my self-care first, putting my mental health first, my emotional well-being first, I cannot have certain people, energies around. And so if you have been the type of person that's been kind of like back and forth with like entertaining certain people, you can't. So I just want to encourage you, like I was saying, just no matter how hard it is for you to set up those boundaries, you have to set up those boundaries. And if someone has an issue with the boundaries you've set up, that says a whole problem in itself. So I'm really proud of myself for having these boundaries and for not responding and for not allowing it to like get me riled up. Now I will say it did kind of like make me go like, okay, why are you talking about the same thing, and the same thing? And that's why I'm saying like a friendship wouldn't work. And I know that because of the things that he says. It's like, you're not going to be able to have a friendship. And why do you think that I owe you that now? You know, it's like, regardless of how I feel about him and like wanting him to like have a second chance at life, I really do. I also have to remember what damage that relationship did to me. So why would I invite that back? Not saying that he would do the same things to me or that he's a bad person or anything. I don't think that. But when I think about having to protect my peace and have that guard up, because we're supposed to guard our hearts and guard our minds. Now, I will admit sometimes I got a whole wall. But the problem with having a wall up is nobody can get to you and you can't get to nobody. So you're blocking yourself. And the only reason I know that is because I do it. So you might be like, dang, this girl got a lot of wisdom. It's because I do it. It's because of experience. Okay? Let me tell you. So I just wanted to share that one of my main things for my emotional well-being is to protect my peace. I don't care how much I wanted something. If I'm at the point where like I'm really at peace with this, don't come back and be like a shadow or a ghost, or it's like the haunting, you know, you're like steady reminding me of what I just worked so hard to get in a good place about. So why would I open that door back? And if I feel like that was what I was supposed to do, is open this door back or try to reconcile, then God would have told me that, and I would have a totally different outlook on it if that's what I was supposed to do. But I'm not. So I'm going to do everything I can to continue to be at peace. Probably, since I can't put do not disturb on a letter, I can not open it. I can return the sender. Like, I don't have to engage in something that once brought me chaos and brought me hurt and brought me pain. So just wanted to share that I'm growing, y'all. I am growing. Now, if my hair could grow this long, I'm growing, you know, emotionally and mentally and all that, but can my hair grow this long? Okay, I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you give my channel a subscribe if you have not subscribed, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys.